Thank you all so much for being with us, and we thank you to our members of Unitarian Universalist Youth Worldwide Network. Worldwide Youth Network, UUWIN, for our sponsorship. We have our first sponsor for this service, and if Shahan would like to say anything, you can unmute if you'd like. But other than that, Shahan has been saying hello in the comments. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just you're doing a fantastic job, and we're so excited about supporting UU in various continents, particularly in the African one.
Okay, thank you to Shahan for hosting today and donating towards our watch parties. Okay,
Most welcome.
thank you. And now we have reached our sermon. Thank you all so much for your patience today with me running everything because this is not how I like service to usually go, but we are family here, right? Now, have been thinking about today for a while, and I just kept thinking about how all of these holidays that we are in the middle of, even across the world, are celebrating light. We're celebrating our menorah. We're celebrating with our lights for Hanukkah. We're celebrating with our lights for Kwanzaa. We're celebrating with our lights for Christmas. And I just kept thinking of this song that I used to sing when I was little. And if you, my mom is on here, so if you know this song, you don't have to unmute, but just sing it with me. Do you all remember that song called Jesus, the Light of the World? It says, walk in the light. Beautiful light, come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright, shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. I used to sing that song in church, and it was just on my mind nonstop this when I was thinking of this service. And one of the things that's so difficult about when you become Unitarian Universalism, at least in the US, is that sometimes when you're in larger spaces, Christian music or Christian things or Christian perspectives are not as prevalent. They're not in the forefront. So you don't get to, I'll spotlight myself, you don't get to hear some of the songs that you used to sing, or you don't get to enjoy some of the things that you used to enjoy. And I just kept thinking of the other songs that overlapped with that way that that song made me feel. Because I used to just think about how we were taught that Jesus said, if I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men unto me. Those concepts of Jesus being this person that can be lifted, but then also this light that's created, makes me think of this little light of mine, where we all have a light inside of us. We all have something that we can share and we can show that brings our faith and our values to the forefront with people, that brings the energy that we have into their lives and creates a light for another person. And then I was still struggling last night with another song, and I realized that I Am Light is one of our most favorite UU songs by NDRE that I just played. And I said, well, I can't talk about I Am Light because we hear that so much. But today is the day that we are going to listen to me read the lyrics. It says, I am light, I am light, I am light, I am light. I'm not the things my family did. I'm not the voices in my head. I'm not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made. I am not the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. And for me to be in this space with you all, I want to share this part of the song that says, I am not the color of my eyes. I'm not the skin on the outside. I'm not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I'm divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I'm a star, a piece of it all. I am light. And that song is so beautiful for me because one of the journeys of me becoming Unitarian and missing some of my Christian background was finding Buddhism. So I am Buddhist, and we believe in the connectedness of all people and all things, and the suffering that comes with that, because all things are dealing with some temptation to suffering. And so in Buddhism, Clinging, meaning to hold tightly onto things, is what causes suffering, because if you let it go, then you're not disappointed when it doesn't work out. You're not disappointed when you can't have that thing. If you squeeze it too tight, you will break it. And if you hold on to something too tight, when it leaves, you have a big space where you don't know what to put here. But I learned when I was becoming a minister, and thank you all so much for coming today for our UU lessons. When I was becoming a minister, what I learned was that there is a price we pay to love. So if you're not going to be a Buddhist monk that sits in a cave by yourself, there's a price we pay to love people, to love community, to want to be a part of something, to get married, because then you are clinging onto something that you eventually will lose. All things will go and become something new. And so I can hold on to the thought that death creates a place where matter that exists on the earth just becomes matter, or we are stardust that has existed from far away and becomes something new. But I also know that it's such a risk to hold on to people and things, because that suffering will come when those things are gone. And so, for myself as a Black American queer young minister in the US, I am taking a chance to love. I'm taking a chance to be a part of the suffering that comes with a society that's dealing with politics and money and things that feel hard. I'm staying a part of that. And so I'm taking on the risk that I could lose. I'm taking on the risk that we all could lose. But I believe that we won't. I believe that we will win. I believe that if we come together and stay in community, the things that feel heavy to us will feel lighter because we have one another. And so I want us to be lights into one another's lives, and I want us to be a candle onto each other's path, because when times get hard and one blows out, we still will have the next person. We still will have the next candle. Amen. Dada, may I pass my candle to you?
Asante dada. I accept your candle as one light, that all of our light shine together. So today we are speaking in metaphors. And metaphors are so important. It is the kind of ways that we put words together. It's a bit of a story. It's how we teach our children and how we keep very important things deep within us so that they can guide us. And the metaphor of light is both a metaphor and a reality of our lived experience. When we wake in the morning and we see the sun coming up, we know that that light will bless the shambas, that light will bless our bodies, that light will bring us the food, and we will have light so that we can see where we are going. And we use that light as a metaphor to represent life, truth, blessing, and harmony. And we talk about light overcoming the darkness of evil, uchawi, disorder, people hurting other people. And we know that each of us, individual and in community, we have choices. We have the choices to stay and live in the light, or we have the choices to run away from the light. And what can we also say about light? That light is the very life that is inside of us. That light is the gift that came to us from the sun, from the universe, from God, from our ancestors. That light is our life. And what is the thing that causes our light to shine? As Dada had said, this little light of mine, it is the love. It is the love and the connection that we have to each other, to the earth that we were given to care for, the love that comes to us generationally from our ancestors and that we pass along to our children. And we have a Bible verse that says, Neno yako ni taa ya miguu yangu. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Neno yako ni taa ya miguu yangu. What does that mean? That the light, that the word of God, of the universe, is the light to our feet. Well, when we look more closely to the Hebrew translation of that word for word, it is pronounced, I think, I don't speak Hebrew, but I think it comes from the root word dabar, and dabar means speech. But if we look at that chapter in Psalms 119, what we see is that this is talking about the law of God, the law that guides us so that our feet know where to step. We know that at night, when we go walking, if we forget the light and it's one of the very, very dark nights, you can step on the matope, the mud, or you can step on a branch in your path and you can anguka, you can fall. So we need the light. We need the light to guide our path. And what is the law of God? The law of God are the values that have been planted deep inside each of us by our ancestors, by the communities that we are with, and that guide us each and every day so that the light of our life, our love, can shine properly. Nuru haifichewi kwa mkono. Nuru haifichewi kwa mkono. Pole, my reading is slow. Nuru haifichiwe kwa mkono. Light cannot be hidden in the hand. Light cannot be hidden in the hand. So if we have that light, the light that's given to us by the law of the universe, the laws of love, of loving one another and connecting each other to each other with community, we can't hide it. It will be seen in our hand. It will be seen in our hand. Ukweli hauogopi jua. Ukweli hauogopi jua. The true is not afraid of the light. And when we have the light, we are not afraid. We are not afraid. Unajua, I have a small story. On Christmas, nililala na njaa. On Christmas, I slept hungry. Nililala na njaa. Kwa nini? I was feeling sick and my family were other places, so I slept hungry. And you know, I was sad that day. I was sad because I wished I had my family there, someone bringing me a cup of tea. Lakini nililala na njaa. However, we know that when we have the light, we are not afraid. Even if we will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, even if we sleep hungry on Christmas, even if our families are far away, we will not be afraid. Usiogope. Why? Because we know that we have the light of love that is still connecting us. Though we are far, we are connected. And that light, that love is the values, the law of God, the values that are within each of us. In Unitarian Universalist, those values are justice, equality, interdependence, pluralism, transformation, and generosity, all of them circled and connected to love. So, niuliza saizi, I am asking you right now, I am asking you today, how is your light going to shine? Because we know the light cannot be hidden in the hand. So where is your light shining? Where are the values, the laws that you are going to walk in today to exercise generosity, to make sure that no one is sleeping hungry on Christmas, that you are reaching out to your jirani, to your neighbors, and you are bringing them something small. Niliona chakula nyingi. I saw a lot of food there today. Share those food. Share them with everyone, because when we are connected by love, we are all of us one family, and that light shines everywhere, and all of us go with abundance, with gratitude, and with a lot of food on our plate. Dada, I give it back to you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to read our extinguishing of the chalice before I share music, because Ashley just put something in the chat that is so perfect. You are a candlelight for those who have darkness along their path, by Bate Pana. Thank you so much. Amen and blessed be. I'm going to share our final song. And thank you all so much for dealing with me with the technology today. Thank you so much. And thank you all for volunteering. I got a message about a volunteer for next time, so thank you. And I know it's late in Kenya. Please take those kids to bed. I'm sorry I kept you up. Our last little bit of dancing.
When the world feels low, I promise you
Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, Shahan. Thank you, Reverend Lauren. Thank you to the whole Up Council, to Ben, to John, to Abuga, which is Kevin. Thank you to Alice. Thank you to Nancy. Thank you to our leaders, Gladys. Zero, thank you. Thank you to all of our ministers in the U.S. who had to work on a Saturday by helping me out. Thank you with your input.